all Aparavidya also he is revealing. Raja means Rajate, shines, brilliant. That is Nataraja. Okay, 1 foot, 4 hands, shining. Chakra is to indicate shine, brilliance. You can see the picture here. Can you see all of you?
Yes.
Just Toshi, can you bring it down? I can show it to people. Please, thank you. So this is fire here. You see, this symbolizes fire. I think in the bigger one is more clear. This is fire. Can you see this? Fire. This is Damaru, symbol of knowledge. This is Abhayahasta. And the other one is Varadhasta. One feet and holding this. Okay? That is it.
How is Damaru for knowledge?
The Pani Sutra came out of it only. Nanada Dhakkam Navapanchavaram. I don't look, it came out there. Is an unfertilized egg non-veg? Bhagavan has not created unfertilized egg. Through genetic engineering, we are creating. Okay? We are making it such a way that jiva inside the embryo doesn't survive and the body is formed. Unfertilized egg means what? There is no jiva, but the body is formed. That means the still baby we are creating. Some woman deliver a still baby. The body is formed, the prana doesn't come. Itself being unfertilized, you can say it's a vegetarian. But it's a papam. Eating non-veg is papam, equally is this papam. Because for a mother to conceive, however small or big the yoni may be, it is equally painful. For a human baby may be 3 kg and the egg may be about 60 grams, but then the head is also small. So for a mother it is always painful. So you are inflicting pain and she gets totally physically drained out by conceiving and developing the embryo. So it is a himsa. Better don't eat. This is wrong thinking. I hear all the way that you should eat eggs and non-veg, certain vitamins and proteins and minerals which are necessary for body, you don't get. At least eggs are necessary. True, maybe I respect your opinion, but if that is the case, I must have been born physically challenged, mentally also. Because all previous generations were vegetarian. They must have passed on some deficiency. By now that deficiency should have come. It's a wrong thing to say. Okay? It's argument to market the eggs, or it is an argument to justify my non-veg eating. And people say, everybody is eating, so why not I? That shows a lack of conviction, lack of clarity on your part. See, two values are emphasized very much in our Shastra. One is Satyam and second is Ahimsa. Somehow we have fallen for Ahimsa. Whole world is almost non-vegetarian except India. That was now no more, some parts here and there. It is non-vegetarian out of choice. These choices can be two types. I am vegan, like I am green or something. And it is a religious choice. Choice based on punya papa. Choice based on adharma. There is a lot can be said about ahimsa. Why should we follow? Just in a nutshell, 2-3 things. Our anatomy doesn't support, it reveals, doesn't support non-vegetarian food technique. It is very similar to herbivorous animals who eat vegetarian foods. Our intestine, stomach, teeth, etc., etc. is similar. Secondly, our ancestor, even if we accept Darwinian theory, chimpanzee was vegetarian. So you are proved to be vegetarian lineage. The most important point is when you have extra power, you should protect and help others rather than misuse the power. When we kill animal, it is the abuse of extra power called buddhi and hands. Here this nakha. I told you the thumb. Because of buddhi, we have machines with nets and kill and net them in and all things you can do. Suppose the fishes had the nets. 2 dolphins come with the net in between whatever ship they will cover, droop over. So it's abuse of strength. And Swami Dayanji very aptly noticed this. In English, when they address the audience, in India there is a brothers and sisters, or religious will Matra Shakti. They will say mothers, you know. In English, there's a ladies and gentlemen. So either they should say there is ladies and men, or if there's a gentleman, they should say gentle ladies and gentlemen. Why give a special adjective to men? That means they are more pro men, women are neglected. No. The reason is ladies are gentle by nature. Oh man, you be gentle. Or in any yoni, the female sex is always physically weak. That brute strength, she doesn't have. Even at home, in India, it's common, brother and sister. The sister is older, 5-6 years. The brother is younger by 5. Brother is hardly 10 or 12. She is already 18, 19, marriageable. This goes on. India, Pakistan, verbal, something goes on. And she gets angry and beats the brother. Gives him 5-6 on the back. And she herself says, my God, is it your back or iron shield your back? I have pain. She gets pain by beating him. And that fellow gives one. She remembers for the whole day. Brute strength man has. Male sex has. So, when you have extra strength, you have to be gentle. So also, we humans have extra strength of buddhi and hands. We are using that to kill them, to catch them. Even to eat them also. Because we discovered fire at home, gas and pipeline, blah, blah, blah. We discover cooking, we discover oven, and then you have to cook the meat and then eat. If you want to be non-vegetarian, be like dogs and lions, eat straight. And then doesn't work. It doesn't work here. Anyway.
Couple of points. One, that when they say men, ladies and gentlemen, men, feminine will be women or women. So somebody would say women and men. Ladies implies gentlemen, women. So I don't know. Just a point about the other.
Well, I don't know whether Britishers meant by this, but Swamiji interpreted this, and I like it. It looks very sensible. This is a sensible interpretation.
So that's just a point. The other question I have is about Ramakrishna Paramahansa and maybe also Vivekananda. Ramakrishna Paramahansa had the status of God, but I understand he ate fish, right?
Yeah. Vivekananda also ate. I don't know why. I have no answer to that. Why they were insensitive to this. Even now, I am told, I may be wrong, in Ramakrishna Mutt there is non-veg kitchen also. They cook and eat. At least I knew a couple of Swamis of this Rajkot, who used to go to some students, some devotees of mine. I mean, not devotees, but acquaintances. They were in hotel business. And we cannot eat publicly yet. I come, they will call up and order. So this I have heard from horses' mouth, at least about Rajkot. That person, one of them is still here. So anyway, it's, Shastra doesn't sanction. Shastra is very clear about ahimsa. And Ramakrishna Paramahamsa being given, what do you say, God?
Status of God.
Status of God was given by the devotees. He never said, I am God. He claimed that I am Bhakta only. This is a modern problem. Devotees and Shishyas convert their Guru into God. So many devotees, and like, you know, we have Jalaram Baba here. He also enjoys the status. I mean, I don't want to hurt anybody, but he never said, I am Avatar Jalaram Baba. He just people created like that, so many. I still don't understand. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa always worshipped Kali, Ma. In none of these mission ashrams all over India, there is Kali Puja, except in Calcutta, which happens to be his place. That's why they might have continued. They have put Ramakrishna in her place, which I don't understand. So many sampradayas in India worship Guru as God. They claim that our Guru is God.
Anyways, maybe Siddha Purusha or whatever.
Well, the Siddha Shabda also needs to be defined. We use it. We have to define it.
Swamiji, what about the traditions that offer animal sacrifice and give that as prasad? That is not the Vedas, right?
It is some section of Vedas. This is Tamasa Vidya. So it is there.
So that came later. It's not from.
Maybe in Vedas also for Asuri Vritti people or whatever.
So what do you mean by Asuri Vritti people in the Vedas?
Tamasas. There are people who have predominance of tamas.
Okay. So that is also mentioned in the Vedas.
Atharvaveda has some, very few, not as much as they talk of. Okay? I have no statistical data, but I was told we had one Panditji here teaching Atharvaveda. I had asked him, he said, I have not studied it. There are very few sacrifices. Any more?
What are mushrooms?
Well, mushrooms are non-vegetarian.
Non-veg. And why? Because when we learn it in biology, it comes in the plant kingdom.
I don't remember exactly, but once we had a very long discussion, and Pujya Swamiji finally said it is non-vegetarian.
It's non-veg, he said so.
So he never ate, and I also don't eat anyway.
I don't even like it, but
Well, that way they say there is a jiva, etc. These are all evolved jivas.
Swamiji,
Yeah.
there is a question from Arvind Bhai here. Should I post it for you or should I read it out?
Please read it out. So I know.
Yeah, so he has a question. Please explain Chitta and Ahankara, Chatushraya, something. I don't know whether it's spelled it right, but Satchitananda, that's what he is asking.
Swami,
Well, all this will come. Namaste.
I was trying to understand a cheat, which is in explaining Antakaran Chatustai, and cheat we say Sat Chit Anand. So cheat is used two different places. Is it same or how do we understand it?
No, Chit is used only in Satchitananda. What the Antakarana Chatushtaya is Chitta, double ta.
Okay.
Okay, Mana, Buddhi, Ahankara, and Chitta. All this will come after 3-4 classes, I guess, once I take TattvaBodha, maybe 5-7 classes. Antakaranam, functionally, depending upon the nature of the thought, is divided into 4 categories. Basically, Antakaranam is thought form. And the nature of the thought, we call it this as a buddhi or manas or chittam or ahankara, etc. When the thoughts are pertaining to knowledge, cognitions, it is buddhi. When there are doubts and errors and impulsiveness, this is mana. When you memorize something and things like that is chitta. And I's thought is called as ahankara. Okay? And Satchidananda Chit is different. That is simple ta. That too with another stroke, half ta. Chit, Sat, Chit, Ananda. No
I have a
more.
question.
Yeah, please.
So when you were talking about Nataraj, and you mentioned that first there's the flower, then there's the fruit, and then there's the seed. And this is the cycle. And this is the way of thinking about life.
Yeah.
So when people start talking politics, this kind of discerning language disappears. That, for example, there may be something going on in the political world that we consider, that most people would say is bad, okay?
I got it. So I said that creative process is cyclic. Utpatti, Sthiti, Laya. Then Laya means next step is Utpatti. And when we talk of politics, we don't think this way. You know, I said one sentence before, whenever Ishvara does this destruction, it is for Utpatti, Ishvara. When Jiva does it, it can be out of ahankara. Not can be, most of the case. Jiva means ahankara. Out of kama or krodha or whatever. That necessarily not for creation. That's a difference. So when you talk of politics, Jiva is talking about other Jiva. So you can't have that perspective.
But if we look at it from the whole.
From the whole, yes.
So why don't we?
But the whole has its own time cycle. Your destruction doesn't synchronize with that time cycle. Ahankaras, Jivas. Jiva's destruction is caused by pressure, some pressure here inside. Because of unconscious or because of ambition or whatever. So he might be, Jiva's destruction might be obstructive to sthiti. Or maybe creative process. The individual maybe can call it a spanner in the wheel. That kind of maybe the case. You don't know. Okay.
What is TattvaBodha?
I saw that I have answered. Tattva means truth. Bodha means knowledge. So TattvaBodha means to know knowledge about the truth. Truth is self, Atma. Knowledge about Atma. That is okay. And why we chant Shanti Mantra? Shanti Mantra is a prayer for freedom or reduction of threefold impediments or obstructions that can come to you from the world. Threefold means three sources. From the world outside, it can come. People and objects around. Nature, devatas can cause heavy rain and heat and etc. And your own body and mind can cause you fall sick, fever and cough and stomachache and whatever. Mind issues. So Shanti Mantra is a prayer. Oh Lord, let there not be obstacles from my side, my physio-psycho complex. Let there not be any obstruction to my pursuit from the world outside. And let there not be an obstruction from the devatas above. That's why we chant Shanti. Therefore we say Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. What is the need for meditation? Dhyanam. Dhyanam is meant to discipline and purify the mind. But before doing Dhyanam, one needs to do Japa. And before doing Japa, when practice of Japa, then only you can do Dhyanam. Otherwise, as I said in English, they call it meditation. But it becomes meditation. M-E-D-I. Not M-E-D-I. Original. And in American jargon, mad means got angry. Some people who sit for Dhyanam, after that they become angry, they become restless. Because when you close eyes, all the pending work comes to you. This is to be done and that was not done, and all mistakes done by your spouse and the staff come and you become angry. So you have to prepare for meditation. That needs to do japa. That to Bhagavat Naam, not grim chim lim bum bum, something like that. And before doing japa, you need to have some puja or yatra, some bhakti form, bhajans, shravanam, katha shravanam, etc. for a length of time. Then only it will work. What to do to gain the peace of mind? You see, you have, they say, how to get peace. You have not to acquire peace. Shanti is nitya prapta. Just keep quiet. For peace, you don't have to do. You have to do what causes Ashanti, remove them. Shanti is Nitya Siddha. Shantam, Shivam, Sundaram, Chaturtham, Manyante sa Atma Savigne. Shanti is Nitya, my Swarupa. Ananda is Shanti. If you are happy, you are at peace. Unhappiness makes you in pieces. At happy and you may be working, but you are at peace. You feel fresh, you feel relaxed. So, Shanti is my Swarupa, Nitya Prapta. How to achieve? That is the question. That I am deprived of that Shanti because of ignorance. And to gain that Shanti, you need to study the Shastra. But the study to make a sense to me, to study to as though percolate in my persona, you require relative Shanti. And that means relative freedom from the disturbances. That means you have to be relatively free from those things which cause disturbance, causes of disturbances. And the causes of disturbance, any kind of disturbance is raga and dvesha. That one has to neutralize. One has to be free from it. And that what's the way out? Do karma yoga, work as a service to the Lord for a length of time. And today only we saw Kshipram hi manuse loke siddhir bhavati karmaja. You can accomplish something very quickly, but you cannot accomplish clean mind quickly. Anta shuddhi kshiprana bhavati. Karmaja siddhi kshipram bhavati. That accomplishment through action is easy. But cognitive change, attitudinal change is difficult. I mean, it requires a lot of effort and patience. So how to get relative Shanti? Patiently work with yourself to get rid of those causes, those things which cause you disturbance. That is only one thing, raga and dvesha. That causes the disturbances, nothing else. And that can go by karma yoga buddhi. One more last.
Swamiji.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just noted down this one. Probably I would like you to tell me if it is right or wrong. But Antakaranam, as you said, has thought forms which compiles of cognition, buddhi, mana, chitta, and ahankara, right?
Correct.
So, how do I understand Maya Avaranam, or as in reflection of all these emotions? I think goes into Manaha as if I see as a category, So,
please understand, in fact, that's the next thing I have to teach you, TattvaBodha. TattvaViveka Kaha. This Satya and Mithya, there is no Vastu called Satya. There is a flower, there is an airport, there is an iPad, there is a tissue, there is a book, there is a table, there is a chair, there is a cloth. There is no Vastu called Satya. So also there is no Vastu called Mithya. There is no corresponding object to that. When we use these words Satya and Mithya, in English it is called ontological word. It's a physics, metaphysics terminology. These words reveal your understanding about the truth of that Vastu, about the nature of the Vastu. It doesn't refer to an object. It refers to nature of the object. So also Maya is not a Vastu. It's an ontological word which reveals your understanding, your cognition, not really. Okay? Which is like dream. Dream world is really not there. But then it appears all right. And the cause of that, which cause something which is not really there, we call it Maya. Okay? So, here, I repeat, these words are not referring to object. When I say Sukhi or Sukham, there is a corresponding thought form, emotion. When I say Dukhi, there is an emotion. When I say intelligence, there is something you can comprehend. But when I say Satyam, Satya Mithya Tuchha reveals your understanding about the reality of the object. Maya reveals your understanding about the cause of that vastu, which happens Mithya vastu, to be specific. Maya is what? The cause, your understanding about the cause of a Mithya vastu is called Maya. With reference to this Antakaranam, Chitta, Buddhi, etc., Buddhi is a seat of knowledge. I know my Buddhi, knowledge. In other words, I know what I know. Correct? Since it's a seat of knowledge, it is equally seat of ignorance also. So you know what you do not know. Thank God. It's because otherwise any doctor would treat anything. Suppose you go to gastroenterologist and you say, now this fellow Mullah Nasruddin started practicing. The patient came with the stomach problem. I have a lot of gas and diarrhea and it's going on 2 days and I have very spasms in the stomach and all that. Mullah said, come on, lie down on the stretcher. Lie down. And he did dig something like Estofilo, where they knock the fingers, to test the gas. Then he went in towards his head and put the eye drops. This fellow says, I have no problem with the eyes. Why do you give me this? You ate something without seeing it properly. Therefore, this has happened. You should have checked. Mullah knew only drops. He didn't know that. And so he does that. The point is, I know what I do not know. Correct? And I know what I know. So the knowledge and ignorance both are object for me. I know I have a knowledge of engineering. I know that I have a knowledge of medicine. This is where it happens. Together, I say I am an engineer. State of being an engineer is that awareness is not there. The fellow says, I am an engineer. This is my. Those which can never be seen, they get united as though. They get mixed up as though. And then it's cognitive. Not really mixed. Cognitively, I take upon buddhi gunas upon me. Buddhi intellect is limited, intellect knows this, so I say I am the knower, etc. That is taken as real. So wise man also may say, I am an engineer, but he knows only with reference to buddhi. It is like a beggar on a stage says, I am a beggar. He knows it is with reference to this Vesha, actor has that awareness. But suppose he goes mad and then keeps telling, I am beggar, I am beggar. There is no awareness about the difference between I and Atma and Atma. So, This is Maya. The cause for this identification, which should not happen, very beautifully Bhagavan Vashyakara writes, very first sentence of Brahma Sutta. Yushmat asmat pratyaya gocharayo Vishaya Vishayo Tamah Prakashavat Viruddha Svabhavayo Itaretar Bhavanubhavattau Satyam. They cannot be one. But still this is happening. What is the cause? Ontological word called Maya. Okay. Okay, we close here. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.